it suggests that it needs really a very sort of deep and complete um, need, okay, in order to create the shattering in, let's say, that we study about. That was the study of which has the name shattering. But even when we study that, and this is what actually we hold when we study now TAS, we actually go through the different processes of the shattering. So it's not one-off. We see even within the world that it has eight, let's say, eight malchuyot, meaning eight sort of titles of faces that have many layers within them. So definitely, what actually shattering creates, it creates a womb or a new, which we call impregnation. This is a new contract or a new condition of relationship between the higher and the lower. It suggests that not only that the higher will sort of dress itself or will be connected with the lower, and the lower will be able to dress the higher. It suggests even a deeper commitment from the higher to the lower. And the commitment is the commitment of impregnation. It suggests that every time that we sort of go through a sensation of something in us broke up, meaning shattered, we are able to go into a process of impregnation. And what it suggests a very careful, intimate attention from the higher to imprint in us its qualities. This is what happens in impregnation. It's an imprint of a DNA within an epigenetic, of surrounding, of ecology. So, but it cannot be one-off. It's many processes like this, as it was in the world, and it increases with the consciousness, human consciousness, which has to do with spirits. Okay, because let's say, what is a spirit? The definition of a spirit is actually a definition of amalgamation. It's an amalgam of two opposite natures. Okay. It suggests that it's the name that is the relationship of, let's say, Bina as a source or the root of spirit with all creatives, let's say, with the last hay, with Malchut. So this is the name. The name means the ability to understand the meaning of itself. So truly, it doesn't go with, it cannot happen in one-off, because what's the position of one-off cause shattering. So we need to go into control explosion. So what we are going is through controlled explosion of or shatterings in order to be able to build to rebuild through impregnation and smallness, and then to get to greatness, and then to fall back into the need of impregnation. And so it's an non-ending process till the world to come. Yes.
Yeah. But you said that the healing is in TAS, that we have, as we study, I am so lost in TAS, I can't, I feel like it sounds like gibberish to me sometimes. All the initials and all of the different.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I get lost.
But we should get lost. But we don't like it. We don't like to get lost. And Taz, meaning the Talmud of the 10 Sfirot. Okay? Talmud is not even study. It's sort of the negotiation. Talmud is a negotiation. Is the negotiation within us with 10 Sfirot. And we think that we will not get lost. Getting lost is part of our agreement or surrender with a belief that when we try to sort of chew these words and terms in us, something happens. And then something happens. Something happens in us. Not that we can sort of explain it or understand it. Do you think that all the men groups who sit down with a diagram and try to explain and they say, I'll get it, I'll break it, but I'll get it, understand anything? But they do, they put a face of what we are coming from math and physics. Will show this Ari how we can actually dissect and understand it as we understand everything else. And this is where they separate themselves from the study, because they don't negotiate. They actually impose themselves, impose their corporal and limited intelligence upon the revelation of Ari. And then people say that I'm too abstract for them. And this is why.
So how do I hold on to faith in this
The
state?
faith is suggesting that you're saying that if I'm within this ecology and the spiritual lineage actually wish me to study this language, I'll break my teeth and I'll try to sort of mold it within my mouth, mold it within my mind, with the belief that this is causing something in the higher, which represent the need of the lower, the need of the human for help. It activates something that does not go through understanding, but it's as though I'm trying to memorize something that I've not been there. It's a charter for the unknown. This is why it's so confusing. I don't know even how to read it because it's an unknown. So how can I read a charter into the unknown? Okay, so this is Talmud Esrasot, and actually, Zohar is even more concealed, but because it sort of set itself in a language of poetry and stories, we think we understand it. It's more tricky. In a way, Ari is straightforward in terms, this is the language, break your teeth and try to understand it. And the Zohar saying, it's sugarcoated, okay, with a story, with a poetry that sort of, because it goes into a different department of consciousness, the Zohar. Okay. But yes, we need them both. We need them both. Okay. Yes. Okay.